I know you all know there's an app for everything, especially when you're planning a vacation. You can have an app for your hotel, your flight, your itinerary, your rental car. It's all there. However, when you want to do things your way, you don't use those apps. And I decided for my vacation, I would plan my own lodging, itinerary, my own car, my own snacks, etc. So I started out on February 19th, 2023, to travel from Pennsylvania to Massachusetts. I had family and friends there. I was looking forward to a whole week of vacation. It's fantastic. The trip was going quite well until somewhere in Connecticut, slam, bam, crash, I've run into a car that was totally stopped in the middle of the highway. Why were they totally stopped in the middle of the highway when the rest of the traffic was moving? Well, the three passengers jump out, apologizing, we're so sorry, we're trying to find a bathroom. And I said, seriously, a bathroom? Interesting, most people get off an exit and go try to. Now, it turns out that was a rental car, and there was no damage to their car. My front end was all bashed in, but it was still drivable. Now, I continue on my route from Connecticut. I'm trying to get through to Massachusetts. And of all things, I had the bright idea, let's turn on the hazard lights in case I have trouble with this bashed up car, that perhaps maybe I might need to pull over or just alert drivers that, it's a different kind of experience. Well, I get into Massachusetts. I'm so excited. I'm a half an hour from my sister's house, my choice for lodging, and I see the sirens going and the lights flashing, and I'm like, oh, I probably need to move over so they can get by me and the police can go catch someone doing something illegally. Nope, it was me they were following. I pull out into a rest stop and pull down my window, license, registration, and the cop says to me, police officer, ma'am, are you all right? I said, yeah, I'm fine. Well, I was in this accident in Connecticut, but I'm really fine. But the front end of my car is a little bashed in. He walks around the front, inspects it, comes back. He says, I think you can still drive with this car, but why did you have your hazard lights on? I said, well, because I wanted to alert people in case I had to pull over. He goes, do you realize that's illegal to do in Massachusetts? You cannot drive and have your hazard lights on. I said, oh, well, I'm from Pennsylvania, so do they have that same law? He goes, I have no idea. This is Massachusetts. Anyway, I make my way to my sister's house. It was a fantastic week of vacation. Friends, family, dinners out. And it was the following Saturday that I was to travel back home here to Lancaster County. I was so excited. It was a beautiful day. I had a great night's rest. And I'm just about into Connecticut. I'd only been on the road 2 hours. And I was falling asleep at the wheel. In my head, I know that that's something you don't want to happen. And I know that I needed to get off the road. I couldn't understand it. I had had a good night's sleep. I was so tired, I could not barely make it. And the next exit, there was a name brand hotel. Went in, said, I need a room. I can't stay awake. The woman said, have you been driving all night? I'm like, no, just 2 hours. I said, I don't know what's wrong with me. Got up to the room and immediate vomiting and diarrhea. I hardly made it through 3 days of being quarantined in that room, ordering crackers and Gatorade. But I became very dehydrated, so I ordered an ambulance, took me to the hospital, and 5 hours there where they rehydrated me and said, you can go on your way. Well, I get down to the front door of the security of the emergency room and said, I need to get a cab to go back to the hotel. And they said, well, good luck, there's a blizzard outside. I turn, and sure enough, a full-blown blizzard on February, whatever it was. And I said, but I can't stay here. I've been discharged. I need to get to the hotel. Well, give it a try. Good luck. A cab showed up, and he was a man who said, I just knew somebody needed a ride. So I get in, half an hour, driving through the worst blizzard. You could hardly see. We were sliding all over the road, drops me off at the hotel. I get to my room, and my card doesn't work on my room door. I fall to the floor. I've got crackers and Gatorade. And I said, well, at least I've got crackers and Gatorade. I call the front desk. They come up, try to open the door. Well, it turns out when you're quarantined at this particular hotel, if you ever leave that room, they make it so the door will not open again. Fine. Next thing I know, they got me another room. I recovered. I got in my car 2 days later and drove right back here to Lancaster. Uneventful. And folks, I'm telling you, there's no app for that.